Hey, welcome back to I Fired My Boss. I wanted to stop in and do a really quick video on a topic that I've had a few people come in my door over the past few weeks and ask me about. And that topic would be team building your team, building your staff for your business and for your dream. I've had quite a few people say to me it's so hard to get started, and it's even harder to find people who will have a passion for your dream and for your vision like you will. And those are all comments that I agree with. But I think that there are some key ways that you build a team, whether this is paid or unpaid staff, interns, volunteers. There are key things that you do to really build passion, morale, interest in what you're doing. And so I'm going to give you 5 things that you absolutely have to do if you expect for anyone to love your brand and love your business the way that you do. The very first thing that you have to do is whatever drive or commitment that you want people to bring to the table for you, you have to have double that. If you're expecting people to come in and volunteer or to work 5 hours a day, you have to be willing to do 10 hours a day, 15 hours a day. They have to see that you know that it's worth it for them to know that it's worth it. And this does not mean lip service. It doesn't mean you telling them, but it purely goes by you showing them. When people can see that you're very passionate about what you're doing and that there is a reason for this, that automatically draws them in. And even if they don't know exactly what you're passionate about, they're going to want to know, okay, what is going on? How do I get involved? The second thing that you do is be clear about your mission and vision. People cannot come in and help you if you aren't clear about what the goal is, why you're here, and who this is going to affect. If you want to build a grocery store brand, but the first thing you're focusing on is getting a deal with Hallmark to get greeting cards, it's not quite clear what you're doing. Make sure that your brand and your vision is clear so that when it comes to those moments, when it's hard, when the hours are getting long, you have a clear picture of why you're doing this, and they have a clear picture of why they're doing this. The third thing is no matter how big or how small your operation is, you need to have some type of training process for the people who are on your team. And this is something that I've learned. I've had a few groups of interns and employees come in and help me with my business, which is a clothing boutique. And one thing that I realized is when my first group came in, I was there a lot. I was very, very hands-on with them. I could nurture them. I could show them exactly what they needed to do. My enthusiasm was through the roof, and they caught wind of that, and they were on fire. They could literally come into my business today and run it almost as good as me because they were there, they were committed, and I was committed to getting them to that point. Another group came in, and I went back to working full time, and I left it to others to train them. I didn't have as much time to be repetitive with them about the work and what the vision was. And so I would talk about the vision, but they might not see me in action with the vision, and you can definitely tell the difference. So if you want to get the same result every time, you should have a training method that either you do or someone close to you who has the vision does. And they need to have things in writing. They need to have passwords and codes and just if this happens, we do this. This is how we respond to this. This is how we work with customers. They need to have a very clear view of that. And then it's something that they can work with you on. It's something that they'll be able to understand. But you can't expect something to come out of them that you haven't put in. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you are going to want to have some type of system set up to not reward them, but to show your appreciation, especially if you are dealing with interns or volunteers. You're going to want to reward them for their effort, reward them for their involvement, and show them that they really are a part of the team. When you're working with small businesses, a lot of times the business and the brand is very, very closely connected to the owner. So sometimes it can seem as if I'm doing all of this work for Bob, I'm doing all of this work for Tom, even though it is a business and a brand. So what you want to do is you want them to become integrated into the business. What are they walking away with? Are they walking away with skills? Are they walking away with connections? Are they walking away with a new vision for themselves? You want to connect them to your vision, and you also want to connect yourself to them and what they're getting out of it. And so this is not something that you can do if you're not genuine about it. This is something that you have to be very genuine, very intentional about, and it will come across. If you are genuine and intentional, they will be genuine with you. They will be genuine with your brand. If you are not, they will deal with your brand the same way that you deal with them. So that is something that is very key, very important. The next thing that I would say is that as a brand, you're always going to be reinventing yourself in a way, always staying relevant. And that's something that you want to do with people who are on your team. Yes, they came through the door saying that they were very interested in advertising, so you gave them those duties. But 6 months to a year down the road, they may have other interests, and you want to keep up with those. You want to stay in tune with those so that you can help them develop the things that they're interested in, because when they're interested, that's when you'll get the best work from them, and that's always something that you want to do. So I just wanted to stop in really quick and give some things that I have learned personally, some things that I have personally seen be very beneficial to me and my team. I love my team, so I want to blow kisses to Team Sydney's because they are amazing. And I hope that this answers some questions and helps you. Feel free to email with any further questions. Our email address is sydneysboutiquegr@gmail.com. That's SYDNEYS boutique and then gr@gmail.com. I love to hear from you guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in to I Fired My Boss, and have a great week, guys.